Hi everyone, we will be knitting our left front panels today. When you lay it flat on the ground, that will be the panel that's on the right. Before we get into this tutorial, I just want to put in a quick disclaimer that this video will be slightly different than the other videos in the series. I lost a lot of footage when exporting, so please bear with me as I reuse old clips and work with samples. I wanted to show you how to do a different method of casting on that I've learned in the past few months. It gives you the same result as the thumbs up method I showed in my back ribbing video, but I find this one has less strain on your thumbs. So if they are in dire need of a break, you can try out the long tail cast on method. First, we will start with a slip knot. You will need about a wingspan's length of yarn to start with. Then you will put your slip knot into your needle. The tail will be at the front of your needle, while the yarn with the ball attached to it will be at the back. You're going to hold onto the back yarn with your index finger and hold onto the front yarn with your thumb. Then make it into a diamond shape by using your ring and pinky finger to hold onto both strands of yarn. Hold onto the slip knot that is on the needle with your right finger. You're going to bring the needle underneath the diamond we created with our left hand and pick up the yarn that is between our thumb and ring and pinky fingers. Grab that strand of yarn, then go underneath the yarn that is on our index finger. Then go back into the hole where we picked up the first strand of yarn to create a knot on our needle. Then you can let go of the yarn you are holding and pull onto the strand of yarn that is at the front of your needle. I'll show you how to do it a few more times if you want to follow along. I would admit that this method is a little more complicated to do than the thumbs up method, but your thumb will thank you. Of course, if you prefer the thumbs up method, you can do that as well. Anyway, you're going to cast on 44, 52 or 60 stitches with your main color for your left front ribbing. Once you're done with the cast on, you will knit in K1P1 rib for 13 rows, switching colors as follows. For row 14, you will switch back to your main color and work the whole row with knit stitches. Once you're done with the ribbing, we will set out our stitches on a wrong side row. Before we get into doing the cables, here are the charts for the different sizes for you to put in your stitch markers. I don't have my editing program anymore, so here's a drawn out version for you guys. For my 2XL, 3XL girlies, I'm so sorry my paper couldn't fit all the stitches, but just remember to knit your edge stitches as well. Now we will be restarting the row count for our pattern stitches. Since the pattern for the left front panel does not include the center cable stitches, a single pattern would only be 8 rows long instead of the usual 24 rows. Then you will repeat the 8-row pattern until your work measures 12 inches or 30.5 centimeters from the beginning. And on the wrong side row. Next, we will work on our neck shaping. Put in a stitch marker 13 stitches from the left. Knit in pattern established until you've reached the stitch marker. Then purl 2 stitches together. Knit in the pattern for the rest of the stitches. When you're done with your decreases, you should have 43, 51 or 59 stitches left. You're going to repeat this neck shaping decrease every 4th row, 14, 16 or 16 more times, but stop when you reach 15 inches or 38 centimeters, because that's when we will be working on our armhole shaping. And on the wrong side row. We are going to shape our armholes. If you are also on a neck shaping row, remember to work that row as well. We will be restarting the row count again. First, bind off 4, 6 or 8 stitches. Then work in patterns as established to end of row. Knitting the first and last stitch for your edge stitch, work the rest of row 2 in pattern establish. For row 3, knit 1, then purl 2 stitches together. Work the rest of the stitches as in the pattern. Repeat rows 3 and 4 the specified number of times for your size. Once you are done with the neck shaping and the armhole shaping, you will have 21, 23 or 25 stitches on your needle. When all shaping is complete, work straight until your armhole measures as follows. After you've reached the specified measurement for your armhole shaping, that means you measure from the start of your armholes to just below your knitting needles, we are going to shape our shoulder. Before I started the decreases, I put in stitch markers every 5 stitches so I don't have to do them later on. For row 1, bind off 5 stitches, then work in pattern as established to end of row. Work in the pattern for row 2. When you're done with your shoulder shaping, you will have 6, 8 or 10 stitches left on your needle. Bind off all the stitches. And you are done with the left front panel of your cardigan. Here's how my left front panel turned out. It should align nicely to your back panel when laid atop. We'll be working on our right panel in the next video. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Bye!